Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I am very excited. Today's arrangement or crafting botanical project is for all of those Kiwis that live here in New Zealand and also for the homesick Kiwis around the world who want a little bit of botanical remembrance of home. We have just left our spring, and in the spring here in New Zealand we have this beautiful yellow flower, which is this little flower here, and it is called a Kōwhai. It comes for the spring and then just like that it just disappears. Now I wanted to create a beautiful arrangement not so long ago for those Kiwis that are living away from home and are a little bit homesick, and I wanted to get all of the flowers that are in our lands here, and I found the ferns, I found the Pōhutukawa, I couldn't find hebes, and I couldn't find the yellow Kōwhai. So I thought, you know what? I can make this, and I'm feeling very happy with myself. For those of you who want to make your own Kōwhai, let me walk you through what you will be needing. Okay, the first thing is you got to look at what nature does. As I've said lots of times of late, nature throws up signposts. You just have to have a look at them and then decipher what nature's telling you. Now, the yellow of the Kōwhai is exactly the same colour as the yellow of this cosmos. Now I picked these up for a couple of bucks and they were perfect for what we want to do today. So that's going to be the beginning of our journey, and from 2 of these you'll get 8 flowers. So it's a pretty good way of moving forward. Get rid of that, I don't need that. The other thing that you need is a branch. Now the Kōwhai just looks like Twisty willow. Nature's so clever how she does these things. So that is going to be the base to put my flowers on. You also need to look at the leaves. Now the leaves look like ferns, and they're not green, they're more of a sort of a Cali green, which is similar to this here. So I found this little fern and I thought, you'll be perfect for what I want to do. So I'm just going to take, why are you not coming off? I'll cut those off. So you're going to need some of those to go onto your branches. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it. So we'll have some of those. And then the next thing, when you look into the Kōwhai, those of you from New Zealand, overseas or around the world or here in New Zealand, you'll know what I'm talking about. They have these little bits of, can you see that? The little blossom, is it blossom? No, not blossom. The little stamens, they stick out beyond the end of the flowers. So delicious. I looked and I looked and I looked, and then I saw the camellia. Oh, why wasn't I thinking about this? So I'm going to take the camellia off, and that's the only part I want. So if you've got flowers that you haven't been using or you see things, this is all you've really got to be looking for. So take that off, get rid of that there, and then we're just going to break that up there. And when you look at the flower, so do a Google search and look and see how nature did it, and just look, it's like paint by numbers, just copy. Okay. You also need a glue gun. Take these bits here off because we don't want those bits. And from 1 flower, as I said, you'll get 2 flowers, you'll get 8. So I'm just going to cut that off there, and I'm going to cut that off there. So there's 2 petals. Right. Have a wee play around for a minute, but pretty much the flower goes like that, and then it goes like that. So there's that one at the bottom, a little bit longer, and then there's the one at the top. So very carefully glue, a little bit of glue, don't burn your fingers, be careful. That can just go onto there, and that can be turned around like that. You might need to just pull that out just a little bit like so, and then getting your wee stamen. You don't need very much stamen, and of course I know that you will take your time and do this beautifully and perfectly. Little bit of glue, just a little bit, and then that gets pushed into there like that. Look at that. is that just the easiest thing you ever did see? Hold that for a few moments until that starts to set. You might need to just pull that out, but it's getting those little stamens to stick out, and they remind me of little ballerinas with their little wee bits of tulle out the side. Oh, just so gorgeous. Right, the next thing is to create this little bit around the little cap on the end. I thought it looked a little bit like acorns. Wrong season for me at the moment, so I'll have to wait for next year. But when I looked into that, I thought, oh, I could mould that. So it's just a matter of getting some of your air dry clay and mixing. Usually you can buy those packs and they've got, oh, I don't know, the wee ones that I've been buying, you can get 12 colours. So it was just a little bit of, I think I used the terracotta and then I put some brown into it and a little bit of green and just kept going, moulding this up until I got the colour that I wanted. So getting your little bit of air dry clay, and it's just a matter of, now you might find that bit there might be just a little bit too long. If it is, just cut a little bit off now, and then getting your little ball, it's just a matter of just moulding that around like so, and it also, the little cap sort of like forms this little wee rounded bit. So what I did was I just got my little wee stick here and just pushed that down a bit. Hold on, that's wrong. Hold on, do it properly, Esther, do it properly. Okay, take that around like that. Got to put my glasses on because I've got to see what I'm doing here. And it's sort of like, there's a little pointy bit down the back. It sort of looks like a big sleeve's gone over it. So it's just a matter of just bringing that around and then just making, and it's like a little ledge around the outside. Then, so simple, getting your branch, and what I did, hold on, I've got to put glasses on again, just cutting off that little pointy bit there, and then very carefully just pushing that on to there. Oh, isn't that just so cute? And then walk away and leave it to dry, and it will take 24 hours, and once it's dry it sticks onto there, and you don't have to be mucking around with water with any glues or wires or anything like that. Then the next thing is just getting your little leaves here, and then it's just a matter of sticking your leaves, I don't know what's wrong with this glue gun, getting your leaves and then just fixing those onto there like so. And this is when you have to have applied patience. Don't put your finger on there because it's going to be too hot and it will burn your flowers. You can either do it now at this stage or wait until they go into your vase. I think that as a standalone, oh my goodness, beautiful New Zealand, this just looks lovely, and I know that it will quench the homesickness feeling that you have. Now for the vase, I have to tell you about this vase because I've done this before and I have shared. But if you have a vase that has a broken stem, just get a couple of hunks of wood, drill a hole in there, take the rough bit off, no nails it in, and then you have this beautiful, lovely vase that I think sets the Kōwhai flowers off beautifully. I hope you've enjoyed this. I have enjoyed sharing it with you, considering you can't buy these anywhere artificial in the world, except now you know how to make them because I share. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing. See you again another day.